February 2009, and Britain was experiencing the worst snowstorm in 18 years. But me and Esther had found a place to keep warm. We had come to Tulum Beach in the Gulf of Mexico.
White sands, blue seas, and beautiful sunrises.
It is just an amazing beach.
And as if that wasn't enough, a short walk away brought us to an even more impressive sight, the 800-year-old ruins of Zama. Named after the Mayan word for dawn, Zama is a mysterious place, with little known about the fate of its inhabitants.
The most unusual thing was all the iguanas.
They were like guardians of the ruins.
And their numbers only increased.
I hadn't expected there to be so many. There was just, I must have seen about a dozen or so, and they were everywhere.
Iguana!
Foolishly, we imagined them to be harmless.
Come on, Tony, let's go for a swim.
It was to be a terrible mistake. The next morning, we joined a tour to see some more ruins.
We went on a big tourist bus, with loads of gringos, and we all got labels and stickers, and we all had to have a number. But apart from that, it was very nice.
And very worth it to see the 1,000-year-old ruins of Chichen Itza.
We saw the big ball court where they played the ball games, which is a bit like basketball, except the people who lost returned into human sacrifices. Which I don't think they do to the LA Lakers.
Leaving the ball court, we encountered Chichen Itza's centrepiece.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all. I quite like it.
This is where the aliens landed. They landed their spaceship on top. This is what the guide, I think, was just saying. And they ate chicken pizza, so that's why they called this place Chicken Pizza.
After a little entertainment, we got an opportunity to cool down.
We went and swam in the cenotes, and there was big tree roots coming down through the ceiling of the cave, and it was a bit cold, but it was really fresh water, and it was really clear and clean, and it was lovely.
But all things must eventually end, and after a week of cycling, swimming, and lazing on the beach, it is time to hit the big city, Mexico City. What a contrast it was. Impressive buildings, both old and new, magnificent fountains, and endless streams of cars. In fact, there was one car in particular, the VW Beetle. It seemed everyone had one. Even the taxis were VWs. After the noise and excitement of the city, we were looking forward to the quiet of our hotel room.
Can I just say it's a very nice hotel we're staying. The Red Tree House is a lovely place, but they are doing a bit of construction work, which is a tad annoying.
The next morning, we were picked up by our sisters-in-law.
We went with Veronica and Claudia.
And the shelves all around the centre of town, and we saw the big flag in the main centre.
As well as the city's metropolitan cathedral. But we were most impressed by the massive frescoes inside the old government offices that were created by one of Mexico's most famous artists.
Diego Rivera was a very popular artist in around the 1920s, 1930s, and he used to paint pictures of life across Mexico, often rural life, working people, and he used to paint these massive murals which would be in public places because he believed that art should be for the public and not hidden away in galleries and things where people couldn't see it.
And then we went back to the family Romero's house and we had a lovely lunch there, and Minerva's dad tried to get me drunk and Minerva's mum tried to make me fatter than what I already am. It was delicious food and they kept giving us lots. It was very nice. We looked at a really cool VW beetle, met their dogs and their turtles. That was very nice.
And what better way to round off a great day than a little bit of traditional mariachi? Followed the next morning by a flying demonstration from some valiant voladeros. Our next destination was a bit of a tongue twister.
The Anthropological Museum.
The Anthropological Museum. And the building looked amazing.
Like something out of Star Wars.
And it had a great roof that was supported by like this fountain. Absolutely awesome 70s modern art sort of design. Loved it. And I saw a funny devil's head. And I saw a picture of a woman touching her boob. And lots of kind of Mayan and Aztec artifacts. In fact, some amazing stuff. Like they had the original sunstone which had all the calendar depictions.
Then it was time for one of my favourite destinations.
Hola! We're going to visit Castillo de Chapultepec.
Then we went to the castle. Castles are great because castles are always built at really high spots. And so if you go to a castle, you can see a great view of the city. And there was an amazing view of the city.
Inside the castle, and among some grisly displays, we discovered the little-known story of how the Spanish conquered Mexico through their terrifying use of moustaches. The next morning brought some friendlier faces.
We met up with Minerva's father Tito and her uncle Victor.
And they were both very nice, and they both spoke quite good English, and I spoke absolutely no Spanish.
And we went to see the zoo, which I thought was really good.
Well, I'd never seen a panda before. I was going to say I'd never seen a panda in the wild. I've never seen a panda in a zoo. So I thought the panda was really cool.
And I especially liked the indigenous hairless dogs of Mexico. And there's hardly any exist because the Aztecs ate them all. And I thought that was really interesting to see those.
There was a hippo. The hippo was great, the big fat hippo.
Who's a big tubby? Tubby.
Wobbling the hippos.
She's very hot. Oh no,
Oh no, it just shows his bum.
turn around.
We're being mooned by a hippo. Our holiday was just about at an end. But in the outskirts of Mexico City, there was one last sight.
I think the cactuses are great. I think they're really exotic because we don't get them in England, and I haven't seen this many cacti in one place before.
Nice as they were, there was another reason for coming to this place. Off in the distance, we could make out a massive shape.
It's the Pyramid of the Sun at Teotihuacan.
But it was only as we got closer to the nearly 2,000-year-old structure that we realised how truly massive it was. There was only one thing for it. It had to be climbed.
Bloody hell. It's quite a long way up, isn't it?
But it was all worth it. From the top of the pyramid, the extent of the site became clear, the length of the Avenue of the Dead, and the equally impressive Pyramid of the Moon. The next trick was to get down again. After a little more exploring the site, we ended our holiday by climbing the Pyramid of the Moon. A great place for a little Tai Chi and a great way to say goodbye to Mexico.